Well, talking about COP27 and the kids who know nothing, have you seen some of the new advisors to the UN on this? Let's have a look at some of them. They're posting on Twitter, boasting about having a seat at the table and giving advice to the UN Secretary and so on. I don't know if we've got some pictures of them, but, you know, they look like they should be doing TikTok videos, not advising the UN or nations on policies. I mean, that girl's 20 years old.
She's 20 years old. You've got a UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Normally,
there's more pictures. Look at all the passes she has.
Here she goes. She's got all these passes. She's there to lecture us all about climate change. Normally, Guterres likes to stand, roll up his trousers and wander out into the water to stand in the sinking islands and oceans. Now he's found some attractive young assistants to help him spread the message that we're all at the gates of hell and we've got our foot on the accelerator. Let's talk about COP27. Notably, Anthony Albanese decided not to go. That was sensible. We've also had Justin Trudeau. I'll be speaking about that later. He decided not to go. Plenty of people, Greta Thunberg, avoided COP27. And guess what? Even though Albo wasn't there, our very own Chris Bowen, the Australian delegation, put on the menu, as it were. I mean, on the menu at COP27, there was lobster, there was beef, there was all sorts of tantalising things. But on the menu of the conference, they had this idea of historic reparations, of the loss done to the third world by the evil white Westerners who created the Industrial Revolution. So, James, we've now got this idea of reparations is now officially there on the global warming climate change agenda, put there by Australia. Australia, you have been betrayed comprehensively, totally, 100% by Chris Bowen. James?
This is really, really sinister stuff, and this is where we really see the heart of this agenda in action, because, of course, all of this comes down to the progressive Australians' left's belief that Australia is on some level illegitimate. This ties in with all sorts of other things, you know, The Voice and a number of other different projects that they have. But the basic idea is that Australia is on some level illegitimate. Its prosperity is not legitimate. It is stolen wealth. And the only thing that they can do, the only thing we can be forced to do, is to assuage this guilt by shoveling a huge amount of money at countries that are going to do God knows what with it, make ourselves poorer while people like, you know, Chris Bowen and everybody get to fly around the world, and all the 400 people, 400 private jets going to COP27, you know, they're all fine. But it will be, again, ordinary people who will pay the price of the historical guilt that is being foisted on them by the progressive left in Australia. It's sinister. This was not on the election campaign platform of Labor, and Peter Dutton should be making a huge deal about this.
Absolutely. And Rita, you know, it was Australia that officially put this. Let people never forget what Labor has done to you. They not only are your energy prices going up because of Labor, they lied. They said that our energy prices would be coming down by $275. They repeated that endlessly ad nauseum throughout the campaign. Instead, we've seen already energy prices going up massively, $173,000 just to cook some cheesels and some chips. But now they are forcing you to pay for the wrongs of your forebearers in the Industrial Revolution. Now, this is so evil. The reason it is so evil, OK, can we also then put forward a bill, please, from the creators of the Industrial Revolution, a bill for all the medicine, for all the education, for all the transportation systems, a bill for all the benefits of Western civilization that have been given around the world? Could we please hand that at the same time? And we'll take some cash for that lot, and then we'll give you a bit of damages for the Industrial Revolution. This is so sinister. As James said, it is 100% ideological. It's Marxism through and through and through. And this is courtesy of Anthony Albanese and, more importantly, Chris Bowen, who went there, stood on the world stage and sold you, Australia, down the Nile River. Rita.
Not only that, they continue to lie to the Australian public and keep telling us that solar, wind are cheaper, not factoring in the total cost of delivering solar and wind and the backup you need. So this lie that they tell, that this decarbonising of the economy, moving to net zero, is going to end up not only with less emissions but less cost to you, the household, is an absolute lie. and yet they repeat it, and just about nobody in the media holds them to account for it because ideologically they're on board with it. And Greta Thunberg, say what you like about her, at least she's had the honesty in recent weeks to say, it's Marxism and Extinction Rebellion, the founders there. Again, yes, they're rat bags, they're crazy, but they're honest about this is about an attack on the... Sorry, James, go on.
I was going to say, but these are also incredibly privileged upper middle class kids in the main who are part of these Extinction Rebellion movements and all of these other things. This is a movement of the elites to maintain their elite position and to stop the middle classes from rising higher than they already have because, of course, they think it's all very poor taste. We've seen this forever. This is the longest sort of thing in Australian politics. Remember, I remember 15 years ago, when they were handing out all that money for the GFC, and everyone said, oh, all those terrible, middle-class people will just go buy a flat-screen TV, as if that's a terrible thing to go and do. And there's this huge hostility. It's a class hostility that backs this up. But as far as the cost goes, the CSIRO has put a number on it, Rowan and Rita, $500 billion with a B dollars to do all the grid upgrades, all the solar, all the batteries, all of this, all of that, the wind, the gas, the hydro, and not the gas, but not the gas, but this is a huge impulse, and there's no discussion of it, which is bizarre to me.
And if the CSIRO says it's $500 billion, you could triple it and then add a couple of hundred
But also for these reparations, so these reparations for the evils we Westerners did to everybody else, we're talking already, they're talking $3 billion or between $2 and $3 billion Australian dollars just to be handed out for whatever climate mitigation because we're so bad. That number will grow and grow and grow. That is money that you have paid in your taxes, your parents paid in their taxes. That should be going towards hospitals for you, better roads for you, better education system for you and your children, and for future prosperity of this nation. Instead, we're just literally taking wheelbarrows of cash and heading them overseas and dumping them onto islands that are supposedly sinking. The islands will sink under the weight of money that we're going to dump on top of them. Rowan, and so will our money, out of sight forever.
What we need to be doing for these nations that haven't had the benefit of the Industrial Revolution as much as Western nations and haven't got reliable, cheap energy is to mine more coal, ship it over there so they can start getting reliable energy at an affordable price and their living standards can increase. I mean, we're looking at India at the moment and the troubles that Adani had to go to go through all that green tape and red tape. What's that coal, where's that destined for? It's destined for India. So those people can have some of the privileges we've had. And that's how you can help them, not paying bloody reparations 100%. For being advanced. I mean, why were you paying reparations for? For medical advancements, for technical advancement? That's something that the world thanks the West for.